Hello, Buckle Up Bones here, playing Transport Fever 2 on the campaign, America Expanded Chain. Now that we have a freight train running around the south, we could probably patch in the tobacco plantations and start shipping cigars and cigarettes around the countryside. Because this freight train, Washington Freight, heads into the Midwest, and from there we can send cigarettes and cigars to the rest of the country. So cigarette factories now going to be in New Orleans, and cigar factory in Atlanta. And for the Washington Freight, we can drop off the cigars here because it stops here, and we can have the Midwest Freight pick up the cigars and take them up to Chicago. But first I'm going to do a Chicago station rebuild, because our lines are crisscrossing everywhere, and it's creating a few hold-ups. Like this one, this green one is Detroit Carrier, and it's crisscrossing all over, holding up aluminium freight, which is the orange one, and these two ones are the Winnipeg iron ore, and they're crossing over, and it's just not running smoothly. So I'm gonna rebuild it, so just so that the trains come in at least somewhere near their, or into their platform on a straight line. So let's begin. And here's the final result. The lines aren't crisscrossing anymore. The Winnipeg iron ore has sort of a straight through run. These lines are shared with Indianapolis aluminium freight and Pittsburgh water. So that should, I have some crossovers here, but that's the passenger line or lines, and so they're not that frequent. That should solve Chicago Station for a little bit. Okay, now we can head back and build ourselves a station. Or should we use trucks to run in tobacco? No, I think I prefer a train. We will train everything. So when building the train stations, I'm going to put the plantations buildings right on its edge, just to cut down the number of lines and vehicles, just to keep them in balance. That's why. Otherwise we'll have trucks and lines and just to no end. So we just need to keep those in balance a little bit. There we go. Pretty standard 4-lane railway station. I try to do something different on each build, so if it's all doesn't all look the same, but it's hard. There's not that many options. Okay, so now we need to connect into the cigar factory. So I've just stopped in my tracks here because we actually probably need another platform. This one here we'll set up for Washington freight train to pick up cigars, and so we really want an independent platform for our tobacco to come in. So I'm just going to change this around a bit. Now we can set this up to come into one of our independent platforms, like that. Now a train for that. And we will go diesel. Okay, that should be supplying tobacco. There we go. So now we want to set up our Washington freight. And after Washington, we want to come into Atlanta station. On number 4. No, number 3. So why didn't that set up? For some reason it wants to go back this way. Ha 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 ha. So we can't have it going that way because it's a one-way track. Unless I turn it into a two-way track, make it a round trip. No, I don't think we're going to do that. That's worked. Okay, so now Atlanta station, we are picking up cigars. And in Cincinnati Steel, we are dropping off cigars. Now to modify our Midwestern freight. Okay, so after Indianapolis, we are now going to divert to Cincinnati Steel, and we will come in on, looks like this platform, number 3, no, number 4, like that, and then we will pick up cigars, and then in Chicago station we will drop off cigars. Now up to Chicago, where we will take, have we got a free platform? Yeah, we have. Well, we'll use that one. So, new line. To where we're going to drop off our cigars. All over the place. And we'll use that one as well. No, we won't. It's pointing the wrong way, but we can use that one, which is covering almost the entire city. Why can't we get to Pine Street? Because it's the wrong type. Can't go from a train station to a truck stop. It's got to be truck stop to truck stop. And we'll let that production run up until we get some cigars delivering to Chicago. Now we should be able to see our new train coming out of the box. Our mail factory has grown. Here we go. Cigar production is underway. And we got shipment. Next in the tobacco chain is to start producing cigarettes. Well, we can get tobacco down here in New Orleans pretty easy enough, but paper, a different story. So Washington Freight is running empty until Atlanta, because our paper comes all the way from Toronto. So, our Toronto mill is almost at capacity anyway. So we might need another paper mill. So Washington Freight, well, we can add on more carriages, double up the carriages. It's not that big a train yet. Get the paper from Toronto to here. Well, the only empty train is, well, there's aluminium freight. It's a big massive train, but it's carrying packaging here to Chicago. I guess we can split that 50-50. So that would mean picking up paper here in Buffalo. Well, we could repurpose this factory to paper and barge. We could barge the paper down to Albany and then truck it down to New York Wharf, where we could set up a backload on our ships carrying sugar, and then we just have to get the paper from Jacksonville to New Orleans somehow, maybe with another shipping line. Yeah, that would be something different. Okay, that seems like a plan. So first, get some tobacco down to New Orleans, which is a simple new line and a new train. A new line to supply logs to our new paper mill. A new line for our second logging supply. It's built in Albany Wharf. So now we need to set this line up to barge our paper down to Albany. Now we're going to actually send a backload of logs to Montreal on the barge. So let's set that up. So a new line for our logs backload. And now we need to modify our barge to take the logs back. So next step is to truck our paper down to the docks. So a new line. Okay. Now we set up our backload on our ships. In New York City, we are now picking up paper and dropping it off at Jacksonville. So now we need to get paper from Jacksonville to New Orleans. A new line to transfer our paper to our west side shipyard docks. Okay, a new line to take our paper across the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, now if I've done all that right, we should see paper being produced. Well, once we get some logs. Oh, there we go. And we have paper being shipped down to New Orleans from Montreal. So that's quite successful. That's quite a big step. Paper to barge down to Albany, trucked to New York dockside, and then shipped across to Jacksonville, trucked across the Florida, and then shipped again across to New Orleans port. So not bad. And finally, a new line for our cigarette deliveries to New Orleans. Not cigarettes, let's call it smokes. So we should see in a little while deliveries being made. So next is to send smokes down to this station here. But as you can see, all our platforms are busy. So we're up for another rebuild. And our rebuild of San Francisco railway station is complete. So all we have to do now is set up a line to carry our smokes from the station to San Jose, and set up a new line to bring the smokes down from New Orleans. Probably a new bulk carrier, but we won't set up a full 60 freight car bulk carrier. We only set up 24. And do we have a free pad here? No. So you might just add in another truck platform here. Okay, new line. Wait a minute, we need to see where we're going to be delivering our smokes. Over here somewhere. So I think we're adding a truck stop for that. So we want some catchment area up here, like there. Let's try here. So now we want a new line from New Orleans station to San Francisco station. Now we want a train for that. And here we are delivering our paper. And do we have shipment? Yes, we got shipment. So that means we're all connected. We are smoking up the countryside. Mission accomplished.